Hi Gemini, welcome to Life in Symbolism, and today your love reading. I hope you all are keeping well. We're going to look into your energy and the energy of your significant other, the person that you are thinking about. We'll see how you feel about them, how they're feeling about you right now. If there's anything that they're not sharing, anything that you're not telling them or that you'd like each other to know. And finally, we'll look at what's binding you and potential issues or challenges that you are facing. Gemini, let's please first show me Gemini's present energy. Gemini's current present energy, please. Gemini's current energies in love. Thank you. How does Gemini feel about their significant other? What aren't they telling them? Or what is it that's lying underneath? What would Gemini like their person to know? Is there anything Gemini may have in the subconscious mind? Thank you. Okay, the energy of Gemini's interest, please. Show me the current energy of Gemini's person, please. How do they feel about Gemini? How do they feel about Gemini? Anything lying underneath the subconscious mind, things kept secret maybe, anything that needs to be communicated. Okay, finally Gemini, what energies are binding you? What works well between you? What keeps you together? What brings you together? What works well? What joins Gemini and Gemini's partner, please? What is the shared love energy? What is it that works well between Gemini and their significant other, please? And finally, what are the challenges, please? What do Gemini and their partner have to work through? What are they facing? What is crossing them, please? What is challenging them? Okay, thank you very much. So straight off, Gemini, really interesting that the energy that really wanted to make itself known very clearly was how the energy that your significant other, your partner, is sitting in at the moment, which is a heartbreak. And I'm instantly drawn to this because it came out very strongly. I feel that there is some kind of pain here that your significant other is experiencing, but this is the energy that they're in, Gemini. So what we must be mindful of here is that it's not necessarily directly to do with you. We will look in a moment at how they are feeling about you, but they are going through some kind of heartbreak, some kind of loss. Now this could be that they've fallen out with a really dear friend of theirs, a family member. It could be that something has gone wrong for them. They've lost even a physical possession that meant a great deal to them. Hopes have been dashed. Maybe even they've suffered an illness, some kind of surgery. So there's lots of things that can cause this kind of energy. Not necessarily you, but this is the energy that they're in at the moment, Gemini. It's one that's quite painful and one that's very difficult for them. Oh, Gemini, you're going through it too. You are both really, really going through it. Oh my God. I'm feeling so overwhelmed right now, because it's like you are really suffering. And they are too. It's hard, because I almost feel like you're both in this energy of like some kind of painful ending. And that's the energy that's going on around you right now. So maybe it's something, if you are in a committed relationship, maybe it's something that you've been going through together that has ended. A project, a dream. It'll be different for each of you, Gemini, but something has come to its end, and I think that your energy, Gemini, is realizing that there's no fixing. You've got to move on. That's the energy. There's something that is just not going to work out, and you've had to change paths in order to look forward, and it's painful, but you know that you need to sort of wipe the slate clean and get back to beginning, whereas your partner is still in a very is still not really seeing or accepting the end. Whereas I feel like you're more in a place of acceptance, and your partner's struggling more. So that's the energies around you, but let's look at how you feel about each other. Gemini, you are stressing like crazy, maybe not even sleeping right now, so worried about your person. You're stressing about them, and it could just be about the impact that this their current energies, whatever it is that they're going through, you're worried about the impact it's having on them individually, the pain that it's causing them. But I think you're also worried about how it's going to impact your relationship. How do they feel about you? How is it going to be for you guys moving forward? Of course, if you're already in a relationship, is things going to change? How are things going to change? If you're not yet in a relationship, are they going to be able to think about me, spend time with me, if they've got all this stuff of their own going on? It's a lot to manage and try to negotiate. In response, your person is just feeling completely low. This is hard, Gemini. This is really difficult reading. Your person's feeling empty. Like there's not like they've not really got much to give in themselves, because whatever it is that's ended or that's been removed from their lives or that's been challenged recently, whatever it is that's caused them some pain and some grief and some loss, it's impacted like their soul. It's impacted who they are, what they thought of themselves, what they feel that they can offer, what they're capable of. They're empty. They're feeling like they've missed out on something, and they've lost something that was had huge potential in their eyes. It's interesting also, I think they feel a little bit like they've not got a lot to give. I think they're worried about not being able to give you enough. I think that they're worried about their self-esteem. I think their self-esteem is low, and they're worried about their capabilities of what they have to offer you now. So maybe what they've lost was a job, or something that was supposed to maybe set you up in some way financially, or like I say, different for each of you, but it's causing them to doubt themselves, and what they can offer you moving forward. So low self-esteem and a feeling of loss and love loss. They're really, really sort of full of doubt. So what is going on behind the scenes for you though, Gemini, are actually things are looking better. And despite the stress and anxiety that you have been and are going through, you've got luck on your side, and something that you've been working really hard on is going to come to fruition, and you're going to start seeing the effects of that very soon. So that is something that you almost want to express to your partner. It's okay, I've got this, you don't have to do all of this, I've got this, and you have some kind of way forward. You can see the way forward, and I think that you're feeling optimistic and positive about things progressing and moving forward. It's almost like you've been going through so much disappointment and hardship and difficult times, and finally you're seeing that your ship's about to come in, and you are grasping onto that and holding onto that, which is really good. So you're feeling more positive, and I think, well, that's what you're trying to communicate to your partner is, it's going to turn out okay. It is going to, luck is going to change, and things are going to become easier. I think that's what you're trying to get across, or what you'd really like your partner to understand. What your partner has got going on behind the scenes is there's someone that wants to help them. There's someone who I think cares about them a lot, and it's likely to do with their work life or their finances. So it could be even a loans advisor, or a business advisor, or a boss, or someone who sees the potential in them, and someone who is offering them a path to stability and greater financial security. So I don't think they see just how they may not yet be in a position to really understand how much that's going to help them, and how much this person really believes in them, because they really do. And they're going to advise your partner, help your partner get into a better place, and heal from this hardship, this pain. It's looking good. And what I can see for both of you, Gemini, is how difficult the path looks right now, how stressful, how painful, how hard. I see it, okay? I feel it. I feel it, and I'm so sorry, because you're going through it, and you are losing sleep, and it's probably affecting your health. It's probably affecting your partner's health as well. I can see all of this, and I feel it. I really, really do. But that's what you can see. That's almost like the obvious that's happening all around you and happening to you. But what it might be more difficult to get a grasp on and to see is that your ship is coming in. You've got people who will help. And I think even, people who do things slightly differently in business, maybe. We've got financial investments I can see, whether that's your partner learning to invest, having someone invest in them. It's going to help them to feel better about themselves as well. And then what works really, really well between you guys is you have a mutual understanding. You know each other so well. You really have looked each other in the face, in the eyes. You've seen the worst of each other, and you've seen the best of each other, and you have this understanding, and you're in love. You do have so much love between you, and respect. And I'd also say you communicate. something to do with, hang on, bear with me. I mean, look at you guys. This is what represents what's good for you guys, and it's the Lovers. So I mean, probably, you know, as lovers, there's nothing amiss, or if this is a relationship you're hoping for, there would be nothing amiss. This is a passionate, sensual, mutual, loving, giving, understanding of a relationship physically, as well as mentally. Now, it seems that you hold each other's hands through difficult situations, no matter how difficult situations get, which is really nice to see, Gemini. And that's what keeps you together. It's like, no matter how hard things get, you stay by each other's side, you hold each other's hands, and you pull each other through. Even if sometimes the difficulties that you're having is because of each other, I think mostly it's the energies surrounding you and the problems that you've had to face. But I do think that sometimes you may even butt heads, have misunderstandings, but regardless, you're willing to come back to each other, to figure things out time and time and time again. Now, it's interesting because what is crossing you is some kind of lesson that you guys need to learn. And I'm wondering if somehow you need to take a step backwards in order to make sure that you've learned something and fully come to terms with something before you move forward. There's something in your relationship that needs addressing, that needs it's like, you know, processing and learning from, and that's got to be done before you can, in order to move forward without having any kind of issues, regrets, things hanging over you. So sort of like, you know, moving on with a fresh slate. So I am going to clarify, looking into this a little bit more. So please clarify the Three of Pentacles, please. Okay, so sometimes, guys, you are so keen to move past an issue that you don't communicate about it properly. You don't speak about it properly. And someone, I'm not sure who, is so keen to just, it's over, it's done, it's not a problem, that you don't address the problem and things get swept under and moved on from very, very quickly. I also have the impression that someone speaks very, very fast, and I don't know if it's the same person, maybe both of you are talking at the same time. It just seems like there's really a need here to just, I want to slow you down, sit you down, and have you almost take it in turns to speak and to address things and to make sure that you're really fully seen and heard and understood before it's moved on from, because you owe that to each other. You deserve that from each other. You are capable of offering this to each other. You can see here how much you want to do this for each other, but there's always an impatience. There's an impatience to just have it done with, to have it moved on from. But I think, yeah, someone's seriously putting their head in the clouds when it comes to any issues that you have to face. I think there needs to be an acceptance that unfortunately things aren't always rosy and hunky-dory, especially in relationships, and you know, not all issues have to be seen as like a criticism, or a personal attack or a personal insult. And I think that that's how someone takes it always, and that's why they're so quick to just move on from it. So I think whoever that is, whether it's yourself or your partner, Gemini, they need to know that this isn't personal, it's not an attack. You know, you can not feel all this shame. I'm not having a go at you. This is something that we as a couple need to face in order to move past, and in order to move forward. Because it's almost like someone will they'll get so offended that they might even sulk. and again, just so keen to move on from things quickly. I feel like whoever this is are lacking a little bit in emotional maturity. It's not a criticism. It's just, you know, we've all got learning to do, we've all got growing to do, and this is this learning here. How to be able to sit down and face the issues as they are without feeling like it's, you know, rooting back to childhood issues or things, you know, without going down that spiral of self-deprecation and blame and shame, but just acceptance and then putting things into place to move forward. Whoever it is that feels like this, and I suppose it could be both of you, it could be a lesson that mutually you need to learn and go through together. You know, there's always, this person has always felt a little bit like different from everybody else, a little bit like, you know, someone's not quite ever found their tribe or ever really felt understood, and I think therefore they put on masks, they hide the true self, and they just get really busy and really loud and really, you know, I don't know, just sort of not serious, you know, in order to avoid that, because they want to avoid the pain of whatever it is that they think you're telling them about who they are when you're trying to address an issue. So yeah, interesting, Gemini, whether that's yourselves or them or both of you, that's what that's what needs to be addressed. I think that could be at parts roots of some problems, if you face any, or looking for a relationship moving forward. That could be something just to be mindful of. Okay. Please clarify the Ace of Cups over here for Gemini's partner. Whatever it is that they've lost, Gemini, it has something to do with them, like who they thought they were as a person. So it's almost like a bit of a self-worth issue that they've got here. Plus the Pentacles I'm seeing, it's like I said earlier, they're definitely concerned about what it is that they can provide or offer, either whether that's financial or within themselves. This hit has hit them in so many ways. 3 of Swords, please. Is there anything to clarify? Thank you. If they are losing their temper, Gemini, this is why it's coming from a place of pain. They're not able at the moment to have calm, reasonable, logical discussions or conversations. It seems like not at the moment, because I just feel like everything's a little bit too raw. It doesn't mean that it can't get there. It's just that things are a bit too raw at the moment and they're feeling off balance. Feeling unable to calmly see eye to eye, and yet this is so interesting, because it's like what they want more than anything is just happiness at home and fulfillment with you, Gemini. If you've got a family together, this is a card of long-term family commitment and enjoyment and fulfillment, and this is what's really on their mind, and this is why they're taking it so hard, because they, that's what they want more than anything right now. King of Pentacles, please. Anything to clarify? Okay. 9 of Swords, please, for Gemini. Please tell me more about the 9 of Swords. Although, honestly, Gemini, I can already feel it. I really do feel what you're going through. 9 of Swords. Anything further? Okay, and the 10 of Swords for Gemini, please. Wow, Gemini. I think it's just so raw, you know. Three of Wands, please, for Gemini. That's exciting. Yeah. Oh, I'm feeling it. Oh, I'm feeling it. Something wants to come out. Three of Wands for Gemini, please. Thank you. It's interesting, Gemini. What you've got coming your way is so exciting. In order to really reach the full potential of that, be mindful that the restrictions are in the past. Don't allow yourself to be restricted because of how difficult things have been in the past. It's not going to be like that moving forward. It's not always going to be like this. You are going to get a break. You are going to have luck on your side. You must make sure that you look at what you are good at. You take the positives and you look at what you can do rather than looking at what you've not been able to do or the restrictions that you face, because there have been many. And you know, you've been looking out for so long at what things could be, and now it's time to see that coming. Now those things are actually going to be coming into being. So just a little bit of reassurance for you there. Anything about the Seven of Wands, please? Thank you. Yeah, so it's like this bond that you have between you is steady, and it's secure, and it's not going anywhere. I don't see it going anywhere, which is really nice. Anything further for the lovers? Thank you. From the Page in reverse and the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, the only thing that I would say, Gemini, is I feel as if you've grown together massively. Like maybe you've known each other for a long time, or maybe you have the potential to grow together for years to come. And I think within that space, you'll learn. It's almost like you're going to trigger each other because you've moved through various different stages of your lives together. So you've gone through difficulties together, and you've had to be challenged. And I think at times you butt heads because you're both very stubborn and strong-willed, and you've had to learn lots of lessons together. But you've had, like I say, at the same time, you've almost brought out the most difficult times in each other. But it's because you've done that you've got such a deep knowing and understanding of each other, and that's not going to go anywhere. Okay, anything final, please, for Gemini? Thank you. I'd just like to take one more for an overall energy, please, based on this love reading for Gemini. One final message, please, before... okay, so earlier I saw this so much worrying about how your partner feels and about where you guys are at and what's changing and what might change. So it's really showing you that the answer lies in your heart, and you have to trust your intuition. There's so much going on around you right now that it's not all clear, and it might be difficult for you to make clear judgments right now. It's a confusing time, basically, which I can see, and that's what's causing you so many worries. So all you need to do is check in with how you're really feeling. There's so much mental energy happening over here. What the advice or the final overall message is to check in with the emotions, check in with how you feel. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, there might be too many different things going on. So yeah, it can lead to sort of like daydreaming and wondering and maybe coming up with things that aren't realistic, maybe imagining all sorts of things in your head that aren't really happening. And I'm not blaming you, Gemini, it's because things have been so stressful and really taking its toll. So you need to, in those moments, if you find yourself worrying, coming up with all sorts of, all sorts of ideas really in your head, imagining what might be happening, what they might be feeling, what they might be doing, just keep bringing it back to the truth. Keep bringing it back to what you know. If you have a thought that you can identify as a fear, then just remember that's not based on reality. It's a very real thing and it's there to protect us, but it's not necessarily real. So question your mind, question yourself if that happens. Is this real, what I'm thinking? Is that true, what I'm thinking? Keep bringing it back to the truth. Bring it back to what is real time and time again. And this will help you to keep clear-headed and to not get too overwhelmed. Okay, Gemini, I'm going to leave it there. I really, really hope that this has helped. Please like and subscribe. It really helps me to know that I'm connecting with your energy. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. If this resonated or if there's anything you'd like to share, I'd love to hear from you. So please do stay in touch. Hit the notification bell for future readings. I'm thinking of you. I can really feel what you're going through here, Gemini. Stay strong. You've got this. The future looks bright. Everything will be okay. You've got such a strong connection. And I'm going to leave it there. Take care and all the best.